Well, today, church, I want to welcome you again. It's a bit of a different Sunday. This isn't going to be a normal series. We are going to start a brand new series next week. It's an 8-week series. So the only people usually excited about the 8-week series are the media team, because that means they can use the same graphics for 8 weeks and they don't have to change it all. Today is General Johnnie Wilson Sunday, which means they made me do all the graphics. They said, you're going to put them in because we're only using them once and we're not doing it. And so I had to get the graphics in for today. But no, so excited to have you guys here today to hear about our partnership with General Johnnie Wilson Middle School in Lorain. And for years, I had a desire and a prayer that we would be able to get involved in the schools in our county to make a difference in students' lives. And I had reached out to multiple schools, principals, superintendents, and the door kept being slammed in my face every time. I think the most we were ever able to do was we sponsored a Teacher of the Month for a local school, and the teacher or the staff there would nominate a teacher, and we'd write them a thank you card and buy them lunch once a month. But that was it. We were never allowed in the building, and then we got approached through the Adopt a School Network to come and partner with Lorain City Schools. And I'll say this, it's been a different experience, because instead of saying, hey, we really don't want you on campus, Principal Davis was like, here's the keys to the front door, y'all come whenever you want. And so I don't know if you know this, but we have people in the building Monday through Friday. A freshman volunteer is on campus at General Johnnie Wilson every day of the week. Isn't that awesome? And so this has been a tremendous partnership that I hope in my prayers that we are just getting started, that we're not even close to being done with the impact and the difference that we can make over there. And so we have some speakers for you today. We got a video that we're going to show you here in a little bit. But before we bring any of those up, I want to bring up Amy Vitelli. And Amy is our Community Connections Director here, and also our GJW Liaison. And so she is all things General Johnnie Wilson, so I'm going to turn it over to her. She's going to MC the event, and I'm just going to go sit down. Here you go, Amy. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. I'm really excited to share GJW with you, because I feel like this is our second year in there, and things are just moving, and you can feel God moving there. I'm going to let everybody talk, but to give an example of how God is moving, during our Christmas or Winterfest, we had 2 different students at 2 different times hear that there was a pastor there, because I had referred to Pastor Tim. Both of them went over and asked him if he was a real pastor and if he would be able to baptize them. And so God's moving there, and I'm very excited about what we're able to do. And so I'm going to introduce our first speaker. It is Waleska Soto. She is the Intercultural Communications and Engagement Coordinator for Lorain City Schools. She's also the coordinator for Adopt a School Network in Lorain City Schools and a leader at House of Praise Church in Lorain. So here comes Waleska.
Praise the Lord. God bless everybody this morning. It truly feels like I'm at home. I love the worship. I was living it and enjoying it before the presence of the Lord. And it's so wonderful when you get to meet our brothers and sisters in Christ. You know, it's just so beautiful because we're such a global church. How many of you guys watched the Gather 25 yesterday? It was remarkable to know that the nations are praying and interceding for what is happening already, and it's going to continue to happen, because nothing is caught God by surprise. Everything that he's doing, right, is intentional, with a lot of intentionality, and I just love the Lord. And I love the heart of a freshman church. I love that as soon as we were looking for recruitment, they didn't hesitate. Amy was like, let's do this. I felt the support and the love, and Mrs. Davis and the district was, come on in, the door is open. And when you do that, the Lord begins to move in mighty and powerful ways. And let me say that when we first started in 2023, the first year, we had the volunteers at Freshman Church gave us 166 hours. Okay, the first year. We were starting off, remember, so baby steps. The second year, and we're not done, it's February, so far 362 hours that they've given us. And we're so blessed. Thank you so much for doing what you do. We're so grateful. So total both years, the church has given us 528 hours of their time. And yes, that is amazing. And the Lord has been transforming the hearts of the students and the staff little by little, because God, there is no time. You know, He knows that He can move within 10 years, a minute, a day. He just does beautifully. And when we have the volunteers come in, there's a report that they have to complete when they're done. And I took some of the little testimonials and questions that we asked them. And one of the questions, I have two of them, did you face any problems or challenges this week? And one of them says the challenge is to get students to engage at times. But we all know that happens all the time. It's hard to get even adults to engage sometimes, right? Number 3, the students' regular teacher was out of town this week, and they had a substitute all week, so their behavior was not very good. And that's very common, right? If mom and dad are not home and there's a babysitter, chances are our behavior is not going to be very good. Another one said, we still had a few students who wouldn't do any work, but I made Rice Krispies. You can't go wrong with Rice Krispies. And when the teacher said that they would get one if they wrote all the definitions of the vocabulary words, almost all the students did it. Sometimes treats work, right? We got to be smart. I love that. And then another question that we ask in the report is, do you have a testimony you would like to share? A boy came, and 30 minutes later, he was walking. He had a red face, a drippy nose from walking to school without a coat, and he said he forgot his coat. I went to the store and bought a new coat, hat, and gloves for the students. Isn't that amazing? That's what God calls us to do, to be right, to be able to provide the needs of our community. And what a simple gesture that probably changed that boy's life, just because the volunteer took time to do that. Another testimony was a mother was struggling to get her 3 kids to come into the school. They were all refusing to walk into the building. I was able to help her encourage the kids to come in. They all came in and went to class. And that's why God is using us to be there, to be encouragers, to be the lights, right? And to be the salt, right? And then this one is really cool. I love this one. I was walking into the building and I heard a student say, yeah, hey, it's the church lady. And that made my day, being recognized that way. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? They know who we are. They see us. And that is just a reflection of what God is doing. And I want to encourage you, if you have time, if you're able to give, whether it be 30 minutes, a month, it be once a week, once a month, come into the schools and be part of what God is doing. Because when you're in the mix of that, you grow as well. They not only receive a blessing from us, but we also receive a blessing from them. And I'm going to leave you with Psalm 22. I love this psalm, and I'm declaring this over our children around the world, right? In our nation, I'm declaring this word over the state of Ohio and every county and every district and every family. It says, our children will also serve him. Future generations will hear about the wonders of the Lord. His righteous acts will be told to those not yet born. They will hear about everything he has done. And I'm declaring that in the name of Jesus, that the church of God will rise and we will step into the position of authority that he has given us to walk into any territory and say, Lord, it is yours. Joshua and Caleb, they believed. These 2 men did not let the 10 say it's not possible. No, they believed, and because they believed, something extraordinary happened. And God wants us to receive that same, experience, but we have to get out of our comfort. We have to get up and believe, even when the world tells us it's impossible, it's not going to happen. And I believe this word, that they will hear about everything he has done through you and through me. Amen. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for this opportunity. You are loved, and I hope to see more of you. God bless you.
Thank you, Waleska. All right, So now I am going to be introducing Principal Nicole Davis. She's the principal of General Johnnie Wilson Middle School. She's served as the principal of the middle school for the past 4 years. At GJW, she works diligently to ensure the students understand and live up to their Be Real. She's going to explain Be Real to you, but all of the kids know what that means. She understands the conditions that her students are faced with and makes a point to engage them through fun activities that embrace cultural awareness. She has served in various capacities in Lorain City Schools, including Dean of Scholar Engagement at Lorain High School, Director of Alternative Programs, and as the Principal of Academic Enrichment Academy Credit Recovery Academy. Prior to her role as principal, Mrs. Davis served as an assistant principal during the merging of Lorain Admiral Schools, Lorain Admiral King, and Southview High Schools, and played a critical role in building community relations during the merger. Mrs. Davis initiated her career as a school psychologist in Lorain City Schools and has had the opportunity to work with various students with varying abilities and skill levels. Mrs. Davis is known to most as Mama Davis because of her strong belief in the power of relationship building when working with students, staff, and the community. Nicole is a matriarch in her family. She's the eldest of 7 children, the eldest great-grandchild, eldest grandchild, wife to Karen Davis, and mother to Karen and Naya Davis, and mom to many students within Lorain City Schools. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, listening to music, dancing, and spending time with family and friends. Nicole is committed to helping students and the community create legacies of greatness. And if you've never witnessed her in her element at the school, you're missing out. Those students are so lucky. She is so much fun. She gets them moving. She also will just start yelling GJ, and those kids will stop and finish that out with that W, and it's amazing. I sometimes have said that at home to get my husband's attention. So I'm going to introduce my friend, Nicole.
She feels so good, y'all. Have you ever had an Amy hug? Good morning, everybody. Amy did a really good job of making me look really good, so thank you very much. I really want to start today by starting with Ephesians 4:32. In Ephesians, it says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." A freshman in church. Oh, there's Dominique. Oh, my God. So wait a minute, before I go, I got to tell a joke. You guys know me. I've been here before. So I turned 51 this year, right? And my mother always said, wait till you get 50. It goes all downhill from there. So I made it through 50. I could see, I could move. I didn't have as many pains, as I thought I would have at 50. And then 51 came. I can't see none of y'all. I can take these glasses on and off all day and still see absolutely nothing. That's why I get so close and hug and touch you all the time, because I need to smell you to know who you are. And I can't see anything, so these just go with my outfit, just so you know. Right, Shimmy? You know how we do. Thank you guys for welcoming me. I don't know if other schools do what we do at GJW. So when I was afforded the opportunity to collaborate and partner and become a part of the A Fresh Wind family, I was like, well, Lester, you better not give my church to nobody else. Don't tell nobody what we do over here. Don't take no pictures. Don't be trying to do what we do at GJW, because you guys are absolutely amazing. I don't see you as an adoptive church. I see you as my family. I wish wish I could come here every Sunday and worship, but I live an hour away, and like that old people stuff at 51, you know you need to rest a little bit, get some sleep, recover this body after running around the school every day, all day, like a mad woman. So it's very nice when we have red shirts and family there to support and help and greet our students and pray over our school and give treats so that the teachers are mad after lunch because they don't want them to have Takis in the classroom that Dominique gives them. And sit with us at lunch and sit at tables and be everyone's mom and be everyone's friend and be everyone's support system and hug and make, where's Carol? Is she here today? And make Rice Krispie treats and deal with sixth graders. Oh my goodness. Who are still trying to figure out middle school, but being there every week, not missing a moment. I'm just blessed. I don't know if it's the afro. I don't know what it is that allowed God to bless me with you guys, but I am so thankful. When I spoke with some of the teachers about how they would describe our family, a freshman family, some of them said, let me go into my technology and take off my glasses. Ooh, they're so generous. That breakfast. When are they cooking breakfast again soon? We thank you for the breakfasts. They're amazing. I just love them. Oh my goodness. Did you see our gifts for Christmas? We thank you for the gifts. They're so friendly. They're so kind. They're so nice. Thank you for being present in the middle of chaos, because middle school is chaos. Chaos. They're so selfless. They're so nice. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for understanding that in the middle of our culture and in our situation at General Johnny Wilson, we need a fresh face. We need a fresh eye. We need a fresh look. We need a helping hand. And you guys are there all the time. Sometimes when I'm running in my mad frenzy, late, sorry, I was on time today, y'all, though, late, and I see you guys at the door, it reminds me that there's someone here to support you. There's someone here to help you. So take your time and get here so that you can do it right. I love y'all. I appreciate you all so much. And I want to just say thank you for the impetus for hydrating humanity, because my school has taken on that journey now. And at this time, we are $882 away from our first tier. So we're excited. We're taking the pledge, and we've involved our whole community. And it's really cool to know that it started here with you guys. So we are naming our well General Johnny Wilson because our namesake is alive, and we want to give him his flowers while he's here. And we're so thankful about it. And we're trying to really get to the $7,000 tier because we want to have a pen pal relationship with the school that our well will be, where our well will be built. So we're super excited. Kids are bringing in quarters and dollars, and at our basketball games, I'm twisting their arm and telling them if they don't give us any money, it's gonna be a problem. Because it is, because I don't like failing. I just wanna give a special shout out to Dominique. She's so cool. She dances with me in the morning when she's there. I know the music not so great, I'm sorry. It's okay. Sometimes I let them pick their songs at lunch. So if you've never been to General Johnny Wilson Middle School, you should come see us. Come visit us. It's different. We do TikToks. I do them with them. Don't be looking me up on social media. It's a great place to be. It's hard. Our students come from different communities. Everybody is not so blessed to have everything that we have. But what I tell them is, it don't matter what you got going on out there in that world. When you come to GJW, you're allowed to be a kid. You're allowed to have fun. And you're allowed to know that learning doesn't have to be boring. And you don't have to be boring if you're smart. And they're like, I don't believe you. And I'm like, no, for real, because I'm super smart and I'm not boring at all. Right? So come see us. As a matter of fact, this is Discover Lorraine Week, where we're asking folks to come on back home to Lorraine City Schools. My school's packed, so you can't come there. That was a joke. But we are the largest middle school in Lorraine. We have students from 5 elementary schools, 5 low-income housing projects, and other stuff. So when you walk in our school, our folks look a little rough, right, Shimmy? They look a little rough. They look a little bit weighed down with life. But once we get in those doors of the General Johnnie Wilson's middle school, it's about being a kid, having fun. So I created this mantra called Be Real, right? And I told the kids that if they did not learn it, I would never give them another purple ticket. So when you come see us this week, you'll know about purple tickets. So I'm not going to tell you about them because you got to come see us. But they wouldn't get purple tickets. And so I should challenge our family, our fresh wind family to see if they know it. You know it, Dominique? You won't know it. Miss Shimmy, you know it? Amy? Okay, come on with it. Don't look at nothing. See, I know she can spell, so I know she's just trying to get it together. I know she can. We talk all the time. She texts me, and it's not in text language. Like, it's real words, okay? We're being real at General Johnnie Wilson. My goal is to teach our students to be responsible, respectful, resilient. It's tough out here for them. I wouldn't want to be a teenager in this day and age to save my life. I want them engaged in your community. The only way that the community can change for the better if you become involved in it. I want them accountable academically. Come to school to learn. Save that drama for out there. You have 6.5 hours to be a kid and have fun. Because I want you, when you look back on your middle school experience, to say, Miss Davis made me a lifelong learner. Y'all get it? Real? I made that up on the beach. Just like, I like the beach. Again, thank you so much for inviting me, having me, always welcoming me. I didn't get my coffee this morning, though. I'm just joking. I don't need it. I'm already on 25 this morning. And this is every morning. And it's decaf these days. It's not even caffeinated. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate coming here. I appreciate the decorations. We appreciate the Teacher of the Month gift. We appreciate breakfast. We appreciate hugs. We appreciate prayers because we need them. And we appreciate you. And if you want to come on over and discover Lorraine and discover GJW, you're welcome this week. Wednesday would be a good day. Don't report me because I heard there was some DEI stuff I'm not supposed to say, but I haven't read up on it yet because I couldn't see. That's my excuse. Great, that is my excuse. But we are celebrating our Black History Month this Wednesday from 5:30 to 7:30 after our Discover Lorraine hour from 5 to 6. And if you want to talk about worship like we worship here, we'll be worshiping, we'll be reading, we'll be doing some family engagement activities, and we'll be eating some good soul food. So I ate chili for y'all, right? I ate chili for y'all. So come on, eat some green beans and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese with me. I appreciate you. Have an amazing Sunday. I'm praying for you, and I hope you're always praying for me and General Johnnie Wilson Middle School. But wait, one more thing. When I say GJ, you say W, okay? And I better hear every single one of y'all because I can't see you. All right? GJ! I didn't hear this side. I can hear real good because, you know, they say once one sense goes down, one gets better, right? GJ! I love y'all. Thank you.
All right. So now we've got a couple of our own coming up to speak, and we're going to start with Quincy. Quincy's going to come up and share how she's able to serve at GJW and some of her experiences there.
Nobody look at me. That's a tough act to follow. Then I won't be able to see my phone either. Hi guys, most of you know me. I'm Quincy. I help with the nursery as well. But I started volunteering with GJW when we joined in 2023. And at first I was like, how am I going to do this? Two kids at home. I have work full time. I'm already doing some other things at the service, and so it seemed overwhelming at first. But I'm blessed, and my manager gives me some extra time, and my office also offers PTO for volunteer work. So I didn't know about that when I started. I brought it up to my manager, and he's like, well, we have this offering. And so I would encourage you to speak with any where you work to see if that's a possibility for you, because that really made a difference for me. What I do most of the time is go on Monday mornings. I just spend an hour and a half, an hour there before I work from home. And my office isn't that far, so I could just kind of scoot over there if I needed to. But I go in there in the morning, and I just kind of loiter around the front door. And I'm like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Just smile at them and just give them somebody that looks pleasant, walking in, because nobody really wants to stand outside school waiting for them to open the door. But if they have someone to talk to, it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more welcoming. It shows them that, we recognize them. We notice them. A few people come up to me and say, hey, you were here last week. Yeah, I come every once in a while. And so it's pretty great. I mean, some of the kids just walk up to you and start talking. And most of the time I'm like, please don't talk to me. I don't like talking to anybody. But then it gets me out of my shell, and then we have good conversations. And some of it's really great because some of their experiences are not the same as mine. And they're learning some things that, it may be different beliefs than I have. And I can kind of encourage them to walk a better path if that's the road, or give them helpful advice that they may need, or just say, I'm praying for you. You can talk to me about it anytime you need to. Those are the kind of things that I try to encourage the kids. Just be a helpful friend, a kind face to look on. Another thing that I like to do when I go is they have these really fun and exciting holiday parties, and they're awesome, and they're loud and rambunctious and fun most of the time. They can be a little chaotic, like Nicole said, but you also can, like, I stand there and I make popcorn the whole time, and most of the time the kids are just like, can I have more? Can I have more? So I have to kind of cut them off after a while. But it's really, really a great opportunity, and it's a good break from reality for them, and it's a good way to, give them something they may not have otherwise. And it's just something near and dear to my heart. I grew up in Lorraine. I know a lot of what these kids are experiencing. I know a lot of the influences they're getting. And I think that A Fresh Wind is just bringing a positive light into what could normally have just been another boring day at school, So it's a blessing. And I want to continue there as long as we are there. So, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Okay. Feel like I kind of let Quincy down. I didn't introduce her as well as I could have. Most people know her as the nursery director. She did not even talk about where I stuck her at the latest Christmas party. She was stuck in the Hungry Hippo game in the gym, where we had ball pit balls in the middle, and the kids had baskets and a scooter, and somebody held their legs, and they used that basket to get those balls. It was so much fun. It was so hectic because those balls would go all over the gym. But I was thinking, who could run this game, and I knew it was going to be Quincy, our Marine. She doesn't talk about how she's a Marine veteran, who could keep up with them, be fun, and also keep it together. So thank you, Quincy. And now I'm going to bring up Dominique. Dominique has started a program at General Johnnie Wilson. She's there 3 days a week through all 3 lunch periods. And it's called Everyone's Mom. She's going to share the inspiration for that. I have got to say, we talk probably at least weekly, debriefing about what's going on during the week. Her testimony and ministry to these kids is so strong. And because of what Dominique's been doing this year, it has been so helpful that anytime any of us go in there in one of these red shirts, they know what we're about more this year than any other time because of Dominique. And I'm going to let her share what she's been able to talk to these kids about, and how she's been able to minister to them. So here comes Dominique Whitman.
Okay. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dominique. I've been going to A Freshman for a little over 5 years. Oh, okay, sorry. I have 2 daughters, Sierra and Shelby, and their husbands go here too. And my first grandbaby is here, Theo. Yeah, I actually asked her if I could bring him up here and he could be my emotional support baby, but I figured that would be distracting. So I was sitting in the Amy's volunteer group meeting that we had to celebrate the volunteers at A Freshman last year. I am on the meal team, and so I stayed a little bit longer and listened to what she had to say about GJW needing volunteers. She said that they needed volunteers in the lunchroom. So after the meeting was over, I told Amy that I was interested in being a volunteer. I couldn't help but think about an old friend who came to mind. Before I talk about my old friend, here's a little backstory. In 2019, Huron schools experienced 2 tragedies in less than 2 months. On June 4th, 2019, a 16-year-old boy shot his mom and then shot himself, and they did die. A little over 1 month later, July 28th, 2019, another 16-year-old boy shot himself and died. Laurel Cooley, from a church that I used to attend, she was deeply saddened by these 2 tragedies. She herself had 2 kids that attended the Huron High School, and she also had a toddler at home at the time. She stepped up, and that's how Everyone's Mom was born in 2019. 5 days a week, she took her daughter Ada with her to the lunchroom at Huron High School, and she sat at a table and put candies out and was a listening ear for anyone and anyone who wanted to talk to her. She really felt if those 2 boys who committed suicide had somebody to talk to, that maybe they would still be here. March 2020, obviously COVID hit. The kids were at home instead of in the schools, and she turned her program into delivering food and gift cards and toiletries to families in need with the help with the community. On December 11th, 2021, Laura was killed in a car accident, leaving behind her 3 kids and a husband. I always admired what she did at that high school, and when Amy told me that there was a need at GJW, I thought, what an opportunity to bring Everyone's Mom to Lorraine schools. I have her pictured. Can you put her picture up? It's with her and her daughter. I haven't. Okay. September 2024, I started the same program in Laurel's memory at GJW Middle School in Lorraine. I even kept the same name. I do try to go 3 days a week. Usually I'm there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My table always has a picture of Laurel and her daughter Ada up as a reminder, and that I am carrying on the torch for her. Oh yeah, this is her picture. This is what the students see every day when I'm up there. I had some, I'm sorry. I think the kids were receptive to me day one, and maybe it's because I handed out candy, but I like to think they just like me in general. I know over the time that I have definitely developed great relationships. They call me ma'am, they call me Miss Dominique, but even some students call me mom. I try to reach students through questions I ask them. Sometimes I give them candy, sometimes I don't. Shout out to Debbie Caudle, because she always gives me candy and Takis. But I always try to ask them a question or play a game with them. Every day they come up to me and they say, do you have a question today? Or do you have a game for us to play today? And some of the questions that I've asked is something as simple as, what's your favorite color? Who can you count on? Is it ever okay to lie? What is something that you don't have right now that you need? Why are you thankful? What do you worry about the most? I've had some interesting conversations with the kids. Some of them have shared very personal information. They've allowed me to be a part of their lives and their struggles at home, along with some struggles at school. It warms my heart. They trust me, and they know I care to listen and give advice. I play games with the kids. Nicole loves the games. Some of the games we play is just some fun things like we have push-up contests, which I was able to get one of the security guards and the assistant principal to participate in that, which, by the way, Mr. Wiggins, the assistant principal, won with 60 push-ups, and all the kids were impressed. Yes, yes. Although the security guard did say, I didn't know I needed to keep going. I was just beating the students at 40. So I think Mr. Bryant wants a challenge to Mr. Wiggins. I'm just saying, we might have to make that happen. We did balloon races, which was really fun. And just a little bit on that, Nicole and I we just love the kids being kids, because they do go through so much at home. And just for them to come to school and be a kid is just, I'm sure it's just so much fun for them. I play memory games with them, minute to win it games, anything to get these kids engaged. If I'm not playing a game, you'll find me walking around and talking and sitting at kids who are sitting by themselves. I make it a point to go sit with kids who are sitting by themselves. It's the whole point of the program, that I don't want any of these kids to feel alone. I reach out to all the kids. I talk to an average, I ask the office, of 320 kids a day. I am there for all 3 lunch periods, so I talk to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I'm trying my hardest to learn the names. I can comfortably say I know at least 40 names, like with no hesitation. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, it's a work in progress. I love all of my kids, all 456 enrolled. And I always tell my daughters, well, it's time for me to go see my 300 and something kids today. So, and I do think they love me as well. While on Christmas break, a student recognized me. I had my head down at his door, and I was looking at something, and I heard, oh, it's you. And I looked up, and he was like, hi. And I was like, hi. I told my 2 daughters, I was like, it was like he saw Santa Claus at Gabe's in Elyria. He was so excited to see me. It just really warmed my heart. When I came back from Christmas break, a lot of the kids were very excited to see me. I got so many hugs and smiles. I didn't realize that they had thought I had left for good. They had thought that when Christmas came and I wasn't there, I was sick, so I was out for like a week, and they thought that I just wasn't coming back. So they were really excited to see me. That meant a lot to me. Many of the 8th graders have asked if I could move on with them to the high school to help with the transition. That meant a lot to me. No,